All right, real quick, the highlights from the chat room at greatstockpicks.com from Wednesday. You can see the SPY here, daily candles. It doesn't even look like a candle. See how narrow it is? The market's really awaiting financial news, what's going to come out of Europe and all that stuff. So, a very narrow, uneventful day. I did have a cut. Well, actually, I started my day pretty nicely. I called a swing trade for the chat room yesterday in PSTI at 414 was the entry. I was wanting to build a big position, and I started small, and unfortunately or fortunately, woke up to a gap. So I didn't get my big position, but made over 10% on an overnight. So that's pretty good, and I rarely hold anything overnight. So pretty pleased that called this at 414 yesterday. Sold some at 473, some at 486 today. Very nice percentage gain. Wish I'd have had more, but the reason, if it sounds like I'm bragging about an overnight swing trade call that made 10%, the very next morning, I am, because I almost never call overnights, and usually if I do, I don't even sleep well. So that's why. Anyway, very happy with that one. Couple calls from today. CLF had it on watch as a bounce play. I'll take today's candle out of it because it looked like this. Nice volume, just looked overdone to the downside. Now I didn't catch it in the early going. I didn't catch the gap down. I wasn't willing to just jump in and take the gap down. So what we had was a strong move followed by a flag. Okay, basically my idea was 34.39, somewhere around here as the flag break. 34.39, stop about 30 cents below, and it doesn't look like much, but from the flag break this ended up getting over 35, so it did move 68 cents a share in our favor. Nothing really to brag about, but there wasn't a lot going on today. And then NAV had this on watch because it had big day yesterday down to an area that it's found support at right around 20. Okay, so right off the opening bell here, 5-minute candles, it goes down below 20. And when it looked like this, I said if this gets back up through 20, that might be a nice grab. Just grabbing it right as it gets through 20, which would have worked. I also called another idea at 2024, and that worked and took us to, not a big deal, but took us to 2061. In pretty short order. Actually, it went higher than that later, but the initial spike after I called it. Let me think if there was anything else. Alright, I'm not sure where I just left off because I had to pause the microphone and listen to Sandra Fluke, whatever, give her speech. And I'm pretty sure I just saw a whole room full of mindless drones give her a standing ovation because Republicans don't want to pay for her birth control. Anyway, I had to pause there. Honestly, people, what the hell? They should have had the debt clock in the corner just ticking off, and this is what the Democrats are throwing out there. Sandra Fluke needs her birth control pill. For the life of me, I can't imagine why that woman needs birth control pills, because anyone that... Never mind. I'm going to... Anyway, that was the wrap-up for the day. There may have been some other trades. Actually, I know I had one good trading lesson here. A mistake that I made. I got to think of the symbol now. That's right, it was WLL. I had the right idea, and it just goes to show that timing is everything. Okay, WLL landed on our unusual volume stocks list. I build a list for our room every morning for the first 5 or 10 minutes because I don't want to trade in the first 5 or 10 minutes. Anyway, so WLL shows up. Here's the opening 5-minute candle. Here's the daily chart. I saw that it was breaking out above this long base, so it becomes very interesting to me. This would have been the intelligent entry, this nice 5-minute candle pullback near the 8 period moving average. Didn't call it there. I let it come up, and then it based, and I said, you know what, over this tight base, it could get through the high of the day. So I called a long idea, 46.74, stop below this base. I can't remember, 46.50 maybe. Triggered, 5 minutes later, stops out. One other great entry, and I missed this one. Okay, so watch that 20 period moving average. Oftentimes, and I tell our members this all the time, on a strong stock that's in breakout territory, using 5-minute candles, oftentimes you'll get one touch of the 20 period moving average. Okay, the 5-minute candle, 20 period moving average. Could have grabbed it right there, arbitrary 15-20 cent stop. Look what happens. That was it. That was the bottom of the day right there, or the bottom of the after the early pullback. That was the low of the day. right there at the 520. Missed this entry, called this entry. So that was my daily blunder. And anyway, before I get off on another rant, I'm going to just go ahead and kill this video, and we'll talk to you later.